Right now, yes, correct. Yeah. All right, Julian, thank you for taking some time, and congratulations on that wonderful season you and your team had this year. Yeah, appreciate your time. We'll be leaving. So Julian will fly up to New York Friday morning for the Heisman weekend with the 3 others, and then depending on things, either Sunday or Monday, come back. With that, we'll just open up the floor. Just let me know. Just give me a little wave. All right, Doug Maurice, we'll start off with you.
Julian, do you have any particular memories of watching the Heisman ceremony or thinking about the Heisman Trophy just as a college football fan at any point in your life?
Yeah, I think growing up, I was a big fan of Oregon when Marcus Mariota was there, so that would probably be my memory. I was always watching them as a West Coast kid. They were big, and it was awesome to see an idol of mine win that award. So it's really special to have my name in that conversation.
I'm trying to remember who Mariota played in the national championship.
Yeah, that one hurt as a fan to watch. That one hurt.
Over here to the right, Andrew.
Julian, you mentioned the conversation that you're in. When did you first start to kind of hear those Heisman conversations, and what was kind of your reaction when that first started to watch?
Yeah, I think kind of towards the end of the season, heard some of it, but was just focused on doing whatever I could to play the best football for our team in those games.
Joey Kaufman with the Dispatch.
Julian, did you watch Marcus when you were? I don't know if you watched the Heisman.
I did. I watched the ceremony. Yeah, I think I was 2014, so I was 9 or 10 years old. So it was really special.
Just at home?
What?
Just at home, or?
Yeah, it was just at home. That season was really fun to watch. That when they beat Florida State, that was one of my favorite games to watch ever, just because. I don't know. I didn't like Florida State for some reason.
With Bill Rabinowitz.
I know you were not hung up on this last week, but was there a moment after the game you thought, well, probably they want my chance to win the Heisman, or was it not even a thought then in your mind?
No, not really a thought. Just was sick to my stomach that we lost, and really wanted to win the conference for our university. So it was definitely a tough loss, but move on, and we got more games to play.
Watch the game again. Not that you were by any means the main culprit, but there's so many plays if they'd gone the other way, you'd have won. How much do you replay the game in your mind and second guess yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Think about there was definitely so many plays that if we just made, I feel like we would have the opportunity. But we just didn't execute at the highest level and didn't play our best football as an offense. I think our defense played well, and they gave us an opportunity to win. And just as an offense, we didn't play our best football. So we got to make sure things get corrected so we can play better in the next few weeks.
Tony Gergman.
Julian, how often did you think about this in high school, going and being a Heisman finalist? Did you think about it?
I think growing up, yeah, I definitely thought about it. Me and my brother being quarterbacks, that was definitely a dream of ours. And growing up, I think I would tell people, hey, one day I'm gonna be in New York for the Heisman ceremony. So it's definitely pretty surreal to be going out there on Friday.
So you've got this coming off of a loss. You've reached something that you've thought about for a long time, or that you wanted in terms of Heisman. Being a Heisman finalist. So are you able to separate the two, like the disappointing loss with the honor of the Heisman?
Yeah, I think, it's tough because of how much you want to win that game this past Saturday. And, it was definitely a tough loss for us. But we got to focus on what we got to do better for the next few weeks. But, just to be able to go to New York is it's pretty special. So it's been separating the two.
Andy?
Yeah. Do you have any family coming with you to New York? Who all will be there in support of you?
Yeah. So my siblings will be there, and then my parents will be there. And I believe my high school coach will be out there. And he was a big part of my life too. But my siblings there is important to me because they're huge support for me.
And then you mentioned, kind of taking the blame on offense. What are the things that you guys are looking to address these next 3 weeks to get a better result the next time we take the field?
Yeah, I think, two big pieces of the game where we didn't execute well on third down. We didn't execute well in the red zone. And it starts with me. So I got to be better for us as an offense so we can do that and execute better, just so we got to score more points. Obviously, our defense played well enough for us to win the game. So I think just as an offense, we got to be better in those areas.
Bill Landis.
Julian, there's a lot that comes with being the quarterback here, as I'm sure you're aware, including all this if you play well. When did you start to get comfortable with that? Are you still trying to find the comfort level with all the attention that this job brings?
Yeah, I think as a quarterback, you get the praise when you win, and you get the blame when you lose, and that's that's what it is. And it's definitely a pressure-filled environment here, but pressure is a privilege. So it's awesome to be here.
Let's go back to Doug Maurice.
When did you start being a quarterback? When you were watching Marcus Mariota at the Heisman ceremony, were you already playing quarterback in football at that point?
Yeah, I think I started quarterback maybe around 7 or 8 years old. So was definitely watching him, and he was just tearing it up that year. So I that was kind of like my team growing up when they had Mariota. After that, it wasn't really my team anymore. But
you ever think like I'm going to be a defensive end, or I'm going to be a
I don't
left
think
guard,
there was ever a thought of being a D end. My physical makeup, and then I don't think there was ever a thought of it. I don't think so.
We often talk with Coach Day about like the traits of certain quarterbacks. When you just think about the way you play the game, what are some of the traits that you think you have that make you a successful quarterback?
Yeah, I think as a quarterback, you have to be a great decision maker. You have to be someone who can process information really fast, and you have to be an accurate quarterback. And then you have to have, the mindset of the next play. You can't let the last play affect the next play, and you can't let a bad play affect your next play. So I think, just having that next play mentality is important to have as a quarterback.
Over here, Austin Ward.
Julian, have you been to New York City before?
I think the last time I went was maybe 12 years old or last time. So it'd be pretty cool to go again and, be in the city.
Is there something that you'd like to do? I know Jerry and the SIDs are going to keep you busy, but
Whatever they got for me, I'm excited. I'm going to take the weekend all in and see what it holds.
Tim May.
Were y'all on like a tour there when you went there when you were 12? I mean, like Empire State Building?
No, we didn't go on a tour. My parents are from the East Coast, so they've gone a couple times, and I went back. I think I went around Christmas time actually when I was 12, and we just went around the city and did whatever it was. We didn't go on a tour or anything.
That's pretty cool at Christmas time.
It is pretty cool at Christmas time. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, your dad sent me video one time of you playing quarterback at 11 years old. I don't know if you remember those days or not. It's so long ago. When did you realize, Julian, that you were pretty good at it? You understand? I mean, that it could sort of take you places if you honed in on it.
Yeah, I think.
And what was the tip off? Go ahead.
I was just, playing for the love of the game, and I love playing quarterback, and I love just being out there with my friends playing. I think, once I started getting to 8th grade, 9th grade, I kind of, started to pick up some steam in recruiting, and I kind of realized, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this at the next level. But it's always just been because I love the game and love playing quarterback and love being out there with my friends and love being out there with my family.
Yeah, but you have to come to that moment when you realize you have the physical. A lot of people dream
Yeah.
of being a quarterback. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I think just coming into high school, I kind of realized I'm pretty accurate. I can do these things better than some other kids.
throw it 60, things like that.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
All the way to the back, Dan Holt.
Julian, you obviously joined a list of names like Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud being an Ohio State Heisman finalist. Just what does it mean to have your name alongside those guys? And have you heard from any of those guys this week?
Yeah, it's really special. It's obviously a very prestigious award, and having some really great quarterbacks here go to New York City, it's really special. And I heard from CJ after the T Up North game, but yeah, it's pretty awesome.
How well do you know CJ? What's it like here in Japan?
Yeah, I know him a little bit. I met him a few times. He's came to a couple of spring practices, so I met him a little bit. And it's very cool to hear from him.
You mentioned earlier, working on some of the issues on the offense. Obviously, the red zone is an area where you guys struggled in this past game. What do you think in the red zone is really maybe something that's tripped you guys up that you need to improve on?
Yeah, I just think we got to execute better. We didn't play our best football at all in the red zone, and we got to watch the tape and see how we can execute better and, just focus on doing our job.
Steve Hellwagon.
Just a little bit more about Indiana. I know it's not a popular topic for you, but it felt like they put you in positions that maybe you hadn't seen all season. I mean, you guys had given up 6 sacks all season. By the middle of the third quarter, they already had 5. Just what were the things with their pass rush, their coverages? Did they show you things? Did they do things that you hadn't seen perhaps all season?
They're a very good pass rush. They're very quick, and they play really hard and have high motor. And I think their defense it's a talented defense, and they play really well. So I think just their scheme combined with other players gave us some problems, and they did a really good job making after the quarterback.
Following up on that, now that you've played a team at that caliber, and you could potentially play 3 more of them in this playoff, up to 3 more of them, do you feel like that game, the result not what you wanted, but is going to help you prepare to be ready for whatever you see the next 3 games?
Yeah, I think it definitely lights a fire under when you lose a game like that. But we're excited about the next matchup, and we'll get it right and get it back on track and get ready to go for the next one.
We're gonna go with one more in here. Sam Cipriano over the left.
Julian, you're in a little bit of a unique situation when you don't know your next opponent yet, whether that's A&M or Miami. As a quarterback and leader, how do you prepare when you don't know who's next on your schedule?
Yeah, definitely gonna watch both. I'm excited to watch the game. I think the 20th, right? I'm excited to watch that one, and just be prepared for both because they're both great teams, and either one of them could win that game.
All right, go ahead.
One more. Last year, Will Howard was obviously a very good quarterback during the season, but then it seemed like in the playoff run, he seemed to elevate in some way. Like what did you think of just sort of being here and watching Will play that way? Would you agree with that assessment? What did you think of it?
Yeah, I agree. I think he had a great season, and then even elevated in the postseason and played really well down the stretch. And I think it was awesome for me to learn from him and learn how to be a pro and learn how to be a vet like he is, and take some things from his leadership and things from how he prepares.
What do you think goes into it when you are a very good quarterback, and then when it's go time, you're even better? Like we're saying, what happened? Like, how can you make that happen?
I think as a quarterback, you have to rise to the occasion. You have to, I think we say here, the best players play their best in the biggest games. So you have to rise to the occasion and be ready for the moment.
Bill Billings.
Last year, when you guys lost in the last game before the playoff, you had the big team meeting and all that. I'm assuming that was not necessary this time. But tell me if I'm wrong, but what have the players kind of said amongst yourselves and maybe with the coaching staff about using that game Saturday as fuel for the playoff, like what happened last year?
Yeah, I think, guys saw what happened last year and saw how, we're fueled into the playoffs, and we know we can go do it again. And, we know what happened on Saturday, and we know what went wrong. We just got to go fix the mistakes and fix the execution. And so we can be ready for the next game.
You're probably unfortunately not going to be on pins and needles about whether you're going to win the Heisman, but what do you want to take from this? How important is it for you to get back next year and maybe win it next year?
I think it's just going to be an awesome opportunity to be in New York and, take it all in and experience the ceremony. It's going to be awesome.
How'd you find out you were a finalist?
Jerry told me. I wasn't watching Monday Night. I wasn't watching Monday Night Football yet. I was waiting for. I think it starts at 8:15 here. I was waiting for the 8:15 start. So I wasn't. I didn't have it on TV yet. But Jerry told me, and then I saw it on social media also.
What's the biggest award you've won so far?
Biggest award I've won. I won Best Player of the Year in San Diego my senior year. So.
We got a couple of you had asked about getting a little time with Julian out on the indoor. We'll go ahead and do that. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Thank you.